Hey everyone. So this time there is like no video from my side. So it would be like a voice and screen sharing. So let me share my screen to get started. If there is any issue, let me know in the comment box. All right. I hope you guys can hear me proper. Now, awesome. All right. So far we are only left with 10 days of contribution to the GSOC. I think it's already 21. No, it's 20th in India. So it's almost like a 10 days to contribute to GSOC, and make sure that you contribute maximum and good quality contributions. And there is like a lot of exciting news coming up in the next week. And we a small update what we have done today. So we've been trying to improvise the website so the contributors can get use of its maximum. So many people have been asking for a very long time, like how we will get to know which project is the active projects. And so now we have pulled out a lot of GitHub APIs and made the contribution much more easier. I hope you guys can hear me. Um, is everything good from my side? Let me know. Awesome. So we made some changes in the project section where you guys can see what is the last active contribution done into that particular repository. So based on this analysis, you can feel free to go and do some contribution, so you don't have to wait for 2 weeks 3 weeks and follow up on the admins. So I really seen a lot of discussion been happening over here is something like the admin has merged the point, or you raise the pull request but admin has not merged the points yet. So that's a very unfortunate situation. So to avoid those things, it's as a contributor, it's your responsibility to check which is the active projects. We already informed you guys before, like how to check the active projects in a very different way. For example, if you go to this particular repository over here, even if you see the commit history, you can check the commit history and see what was the last date it has been committed. So you can say it's 11 hours ago. So this project admin been active. So now you don't have to go through those kind of particular way. You can easily figure it out from the GSOC website itself. So this is like the merge, total merge has been happened, and this is the pull request been happening, and this is a total issue raised in that thing. And if you see that there is total number of issues more than 200 or something like that, I don't really recommend to go into that repository and raise it, because there is like a lot of scale issues been happening. So anything less than 50 or 100 is somewhat fine. Yeah, that's from my perspective. That's the new update which happened to the leaderboard, sorry, project page. And in terms of discussion, if you have any issues, let us know over here. And I just also want to take 1 minute to highlight some ongoing issue happening. So there is like a one particular repository, the points been detected. So it's not from the GSOC side, the leaderboard just runs fine. So we have mentioned admin not to restructure the file structure files in the particular repository. If they do that, the GitHub API will be having an issue understanding what was the origin commit. Okay, so this will create some issues in the particular point system. So one of the repository, you can see it over here, is called Code Harbor. So just if you see your points has been reduced, I would suggest you is to find the PR which is not counted. Go to that particular repository, irrespective of whether Code Harbor or any other repository. Go to that particular repository and let the admin know. Raise a new issue, or raise a direct pull request, and paste this particular URL over there and let the admin know, okay, I have raised this issue, this point has been not counted or it has been detected now, could you give me similar label. So I have mentioned the particular admin to do the same, and this been happening. So and make sure that if you have 5 to 10 PRs like this, just raise 5 to 10 pull request again in that particular repository, so admin can assign respective level like level 2, level 3. Then those points will be counted. So don't worry about this point detection happen automatically because of the repository issues. We still have 10 days from August to August 1st to August 10th to decide the winner. So we will make sure that all the contribution is verified, and all your non-merged PR, which is already open right now, is you get enough points to that particular thing as well. So don't worry about all these things happening. So you just need to focus on the contribution side. Saying that, I would like to review few of your repos right now. Um, what I would say is, like, I don't have my desktop right now, so I would suggest you guys to reach me out on the LinkedIn, or message me on the LinkedIn with your respective GitHub ID. So that would be easy for me to review at this particular point. So I would paste my LinkedIn ID over here. So I would have a look at it here, so I can see who send me a request, or if you are already connected, I can review just like that. So all those people in the last session who reached out to me through LinkedIn or something like that, I have maximum make sure that I reply to them in the form of particular video just like this, explaining how their report looks like, what all modification they have needed or something like that. So if the people who are watching it this live afterwards do the same thing, send me a DM, or if you if you are not connected, send me a send a note when when you try to connect it, so I can just easily go and review your GitHub profile. Just like this person has sent me the GitHub ID over right now. So this is the best way. All right. So looking at this repository again, you've been started at 2020. So by the time right now, you should be good at open source. I can see at your looking at your contribution rate, it has been came up to 300 contribution per year, so which is really good. And I can see that you've been contributing to your own repository for some reason. um yeah, so I would suggest you to refer few of the repository. For example, you can go to the GSOC leaderboard and find the profile, or try to copy any of the theme which you like existing currently right now, and make a readme page much more elaborative on what you did. And again, profile photo is up to you. If you just don't are a person who concerned about your privacy, I don't really recommend a photo, but at least put something relevant. Again, GitHub profile is not something like a big deal, but in terms of personal branding, this would be really helpful in terms of a long run. So that's why I am insisting on having a particular profile, because before we used to have something called Stack Overflow. Now they have discontinued this kind of profile due to some reason. So the only way in a developer platform where you can showcase your talents or something which you have done so far is your GitHub. So GitHub is your new resume. So when you go for an interview, you can just show off, okay, what you have done so far, and this should show your entire summary of their PR, not your entire. You can't literally show a person like 100 repository which you have created in the so far 5 years of journey period of time, right? So you can add those things over here. Again, at this point, I can't provide you much more detail, because you need to go through other people's resume. If you like this badge, copy the code. You just need to click on the edit button and copy the code from here and paste most of the thing. And I really do recommend you to join some of the organization. I think in GSOC there are like around 50 to 60 organization. When you start contributing into that particular organization, your name will be appearing over here. Now, as a quick thing, what I can provide you is like, you can join one of the organizations. So at this particular moment, you will be able to see the organization link over here. Sorry about that. So that should be invite link over here, so you will be able to see. So I will just send you the link over right now here, and try to join the organization. So once you join the organization, you get everything is automated. So just go to your people. Once you are part of the team, just make it public, so you will be able to see the organization thing over here, and try to get more badges. As I mentioned you here, all the badges are very easy to get except few of them. So once you try to answer some of the questions in the discussion board, you get these badges. So feel free to come over here, explore it, add more of your um, social links over here. That's it, and we will review this again as we are connected on the LinkedIn. Once you made the necessary changes, I will review your profile again. Now let me look into this person. I know this person, like he's been contributing to one of my repos. Yeah, pretty good. Yeah, you can add uh, bit more social profile. What I mean by social profile is like you can add a header like this, what you are currently at. Maybe you can mention like GSOC open source contributor. Don't mention GSOC. You can mention open source contributor that gives more, that adds more value. So what happened is like p- the people who run open source projects, they've been keep looking for people like you. So if they like your contribution, they, what usually they do is like they sponsor you. So if you're a student, then this would be like a nice side income apart from, it's just similar like doing a freelance work. Awesome. All right. I can't access my stream yard because I don't have the system access right now, so that's why I'm recommending people to comment on the LinkedIn so I can review. Okay, that would be my suggestion. Then coming to the badges, you have unlocked a pretty much good badges. I would have the same thing to you. Try to join some GitHub organization. For example, the link which I sent you in the comment box right now. Click on the invite link, join the organization. Let me see whether the previous person has joined the organization. Okay, he has not yet. So let me know. Try to do it right now so I can show to the people how does it works. So just click on the invite link, create a new issue. So you get an email to join the organization. Click on accept invite. So once you accept invite, go to the people section, make your profile public. So organization tab comes over here. Now this is good. As you can see, there is one negative thing you notice because you probably would have running on white theme. As a developer, I like everything dark. So GitHub do support dark theme. So this background doesn't suits it. So one suggestion would be mine is like remove the background, only keep the objects if it is a video or GIF. So that would be a good option from my side. So it would blend with the layout irrespective of whether it's a white background or black background. This is the like a UI perspective. I like your profile views. Profiles views are really good. Again, you can make it as like a one liner. You don't have to show the entire link over there. If you search ChatGPT or Google like how to make an embedded link, so when you don't have to showcase the link over here, so that would be much more good with readability. I can see connect button. Connection can go in the bottom because that's not what we are trying to do. We are trying to showcase what you are good at in the first page. We are not trying to make them connected. If if you provide an impression that okay, you do something great, then they usually their tendency will be go scroll down and see the connection option. Then they, if they really like your profile, they will try to connect you. And again, try to reduce the width of the banners and try to make it one liner. As I mentioned in the previous thing, make this stacks into the drop down because that's not something people are looking for. People are looking for example, if you are someone who want to provide your service, you can mention that like look into my website, look into my portfolio, look into my ebook, or join my open source community. So try to offer something so they will click over there, or try to create a portfolio page so when people click over there they will get to know more about you. So as a readme profile over here, we have limitation to show off things. So whatever you show, it should be something very important. So that would be my feedback from you. Again, try to pin two repository over here so you can remove the remaining things. Your contributions are pretty good. I can see that you just are not just a contributor. You started uh, doing some issues and everything. That's pretty good side of being a maintainer. So in an open source journey, there are two things like being a contributor, being a maintainer, being a project admin. So once you start over the contribution stage, you can just jump into the maintainer stage. Awesome. So that would be my feedback on yours thing. And again, once you make the changes, we can come back and discuss this again later. Awesome. So now the next profile would be Gaurav. I don't know what happened to this. Oh, okay. You don't have a special README profile. So what I would suggest you is like create a README profile. Your profile is good. You've been a contributor, and I can see contributions being exponentially increased comparing to the last year. So this is same with everyone. For example, if you look into my profile, you can see I just explored in 2017, then a little contribution, then more contribution, then a kind of good contribution. So my suggestion would be something like create a new repository in the name of you and create a readme file. So for example, this is my repository on my readme file. If you click over here, you can see Sanjay, Sanjay Kiwi. So you create a repository in your name, create a readme file. So what that, and if you want, you can copy this code by clicking on the edit file. Copy the code, paste it on the readme file, then you will be able to see the particular page over here. Or you can simply Google like how to create a special readme page on GitHub. So you will be able to see that. And again, same suggestion for you would be something like join the organization. That would be something you can show it off to people that okay, you've been part of some organization. And organization is like a next level of thing. It's basically like you joined a company and you've been contributing to that particular company for quite some time. In terms of contribution, your contributions are good. So I would suggest you to add few more details, something like open source contributor, and in the readme file show your achievements. So I have accepted your connection. So once you make the necessary changes, we can have the connection in our LinkedIn chats. In terms of Priyanshu, it's good again. Again, try to add some details about whether you're open source contributor or not. That's good. I can see you join the organization. Try to join 3 to 4 organization which you really want to contribute. So again, I'm sending you one of the organization link because I can't send you GSOC link because that's only the private. So in terms of open source, there are like different types: closed open source, complete open source, then something like that. So GSOC I can't invite you. That's why I'm sending you my organization link. Sorry about that. Yeah, again, tech stack, it can go to the drop down. You can get the code from my repository. So this drop down is basically a div section in a basic CS HTML file. So you can use that drop down over here because this is not something people are looking for. If really people just really want to see it, they can see that. Yeah, this particular part is good. Again, one suggestion would be like if you can remove the background edge and just make the elements working, that would more blend with the UI. Reduce the size of this. Again, you can get the code from here, reducing the size. Copy paste it over here. Don't try to use more cards, just try to use 2 cards in one line. So the basic idea is like if somebody come to your profile, they scroll half, they should be able to finish the entire page and they should be able to see your contribution. So that's the basic idea. It's not something like they keep scrolling in your profile until they reach the contribution. No one do it. So when they see more of the card and less of the useless information, they don't have something to take away from your particular repository. So that would be my suggestion from my side. Keep improvise it, and let's have a continuous discussion on the chat box later. Okay. Yep. The same thing goes for you. Try to join the organization. That would be best way to showcase that okay, you've been trying more than contributing to your own repository or creating a portfolio on the GitHub. So GitHub is something like an ocean. Once you start learning, there is like a lot of things. Even in my organization, we use GitHub. So it's like entire coding platform is running on GitHub. So you have to learn about CI/CD, GitHub Actions, how to connect GitHub into AWS, how to secure the things. It keeps going on. So once you already created a repository, you have already 169 repository, and you are already star 168. So that's good. And when looking at your contribution, you're still being a contributor. So try to explore the next path, something like code review, pull request, issues. So those can be done only in organizational level repos. Otherwise, also you can do, but once you explore the organization level repos, your learning curve might be very good because you will be introduced into a different level of community. That's what we are doing in my organization as well. Same thing, your card level is too much. Try to remove one card over here. Again, this can go to the drop down. You can get the code from my repository. Then again, try to change the width. You just need to show only two, which is most important, right? And try to pin only two repository over here. And in terms of this particular graph, I would suggest you've been a contributor for a very long time. Try to explore more into code review. So if you join my organization, I will assign you some code reviews. So you can work around how the code review really works, right? So if you want to become a maintainer in some of the repository, for example, if you want to become a mentor in the next GSOC session, we look at this particular graph, whether you have done any code review. And even if you go to some organization and ask them to be a maintainer, they look at your contribution graph and try to understand whether you have done any of the code review in any of the year. So that would be good. I can see you have done a couple of the code reviews, but yeah. So keep improving your profile, and we will have this review section later on the chats. Gopal Gobi GitHub.io. I'm not sure why he sent me this. We are looking at this particular thing again. Now you can see something more interesting over here. So I would, as a person been in open source for a pretty long time, I do look for the GitHub profiles, and I do look for something, a unique idea some people has been implemented which I have not seen in any of the other repository. So this emoji thing is really good, and if I do find something interesting, something like this, what I do is like I start their repo whenever I get free time. I try to simply copy the code and implement in mine and see whether is blending with my profile or not, something like that. So this particular thing is good. Again, it can be go into the drop down because it kind of getting the catch to the eye, and the other information is like going fading away. So you can make this into the drop down, the technology thing. This particular part is good. Try to mention open source. Open source is like a very powerful keyword. Even in interview, rather than mentioning you contributed to GSOC, try to mention that you've been an open source contributor for like last 4 years, and you've been contributed to different organizations such as GSOC, Recode Hive, blah 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 stuff. So that's how you have to promote yourself as a student when you go for an interview in the first place. You can still earn a lot of badges over here. That would be good, and this is pretty good. Like I forgot to mention this particular things, like putting your lead code link or hacker link or W3 profile link. That would be really good. So people like me would be interested to find out as a coder how exactly good you are at. For example, this particular contribution graph kinds of gives you an idea that okay, you've been an active open source developer, but not able to understand like how as a developer you are good at. So you can have a look at this. If you put the lead code link over here, you can have a look at the contribution and understand okay what kind of contribution he's been doing. And one more suggestion from my side is like there are like a lot of cheat code for lead code. For example, there are other places where you can find the solution and come and copy paste it over here, and you can engage your rank. But that would backfire you if you are just doing for getting a rank purpose, like a proper cheating, because when you apply for big companies, they look at your lead code if you are mentioning that in the resume, and your interview would be difficult based on the ranking levels. They won't give you easy level if they find your lead code rank is like around 130 or 1000 or something like that. So make sure that you understand the issues over here, then try to solve the questions by yourself. That would be the best approach. Awesome. I think there are few more in my comment box. I think this would be the same suggestion. I think you copied one of the similar README file. Try to add more of the achievements. Try to get more of the achievements. Same thing. Try to add more details over here. Yeah, you kind of need the same comments which I told to all other contributors. Just try to do some improvisation, and we will connect again in the comment box. So as I mentioned you, this particular GitHub repository is not a one time change. You need to keep iterating, and you need to keep finding a new repository and take away something which is new to it. So in the background I'm developing some kind of website which can really help you with it. So maybe in next or in 1 week of time I can help you with sorting out all the amazing profiles like this in one place. And again, this is something which as a developer I'm looking for this is something cool, like very very simple one, and it doesn't take much of the attention by putting the images and everything. So it's pretty much precise. I can see a sponsor button which is really good. um Shipping to production, this is like a really good comment, so maybe I will start it, because this is something interesting. As a pro developer I would like to add something like this. Right now I put something like work from home, which is like a cliche one, so this is like pretty good. I will adapt it. A sponsor button is really good. You can apply for sponsor button, just sponsor GitHub, just go to this particular website and apply for the sponsorship. Maybe it will take only 10 to 20 minutes to get it approved. So admins can give you some amount for your contribution. I can see he been part of really good organization. So this is what we are looking for as a developer or a project admin. When I want somebody, when I'm looking for somebody, I look at whether he been part of any other organization, how much he has been contributed it. The streak doesn't matter to me. Again, this is according to my perspective. Streak doesn't matter to me. I look at how long they've been contributing and what kind of contributor he is. He's just directly contributing. So as a maintainer, I would still doubt to select him, but he might have some idea. For example, right now I can see he been reviewing some code, so which is really good. So I would definitely select him as a maintainer without having any further discussion with any of my team members. So this is how people analyze, and he has pinned a lot of repository. Maybe try to make it one or two. I would also invite you to join my organization. So it would be really great if you can be a maintainer of my repository, because there is like a lot of updates coming to my repository. So keep make changes. We'll review once again. Okay, so coming to this particular person, this is really good. You can add few more card because this information is pretty good. So this, don't keep a blank space. You can do that over here. Projects can go into div section just like this, because many people doesn't look at the project. If they only interested, they will look at it. And you have been provided a summary over here. So it's just like a one scroll. I will be reaching into your contribution page, which is really good. Uh, okay. All right. Ali been reaching out to me, so GitHub. All right. I think I might need to go to another meeting right now, so I'll be quickly finishing what all thing I have received. See, this is what I'm looking for. So I'm not sure how does it look in the white theme, but again, white theme would be working fine. So this is pretty good. Again, same suggestion which I given to the last people. Try to join my repo and see that in the organization level. um, Try to apply sponsor button rather than buy me a coffee, because sponsor button add more credibilities. Connect with me can go down, and I really like this one. um, if you are a blogger, you can put your medium and hash node just like this and show some love by starring some of the repository. Again, I like this particular thing. For example, if you come to my profile, it has been on the side, so I've been looking for something simple. So what I would do is, like, I really like this profile, so I'll just start it whenever I get free time. I just simply copy the code and make changes in mine. So he has put in the div section, which is really good. See, this is what I'm telling. In the div section, if you put like this, if somebody want to see their skill section, they just need to click over here. So you can add more details by putting in the div section. That would be really great. um I have to jump into a next meeting so far, maybe I'll just review two more profiles. So once this is done, we will wind up the session. All right. Okay, you can add this. That's good, but yeah, you can change a few of the things. Like, as I mentioned, you put this in the div session. Use only two card. That would be more than enough. And try to join the organization, which I mentioned you before. Click on the invite link, create a new issue. You have already received a couple of badges, which is good. Try to pin, not just pin all the repo, just only do two. I can see you did a really good contribution. And if you are a person who contributed to Code Harbor, there is some issue going because the admin has changed the complete file structure. So this has impacted a lot of people. So you can find your overall pull request by just typing git bar pulls. So here you can see overall pull requests which you have done so far in the last couple of years. So you find which PR has not been counted and add into it. That would be a great method. So this would be our last one. Okay. You don't have any special profile. So what I do suggest is, like, your username is this one. So you have to create a repository in your name. For example, I can take a sample. So GitHub GSOC page. Oh, this page is already having a special page over here. Okay. Just give me a minute. Okay. So now you can see this page doesn't has any special readme repository. So what you have to do is, like, click on this. So this is your profile name. So you might have GitHub or whatever that is. That would be the profile name. Click on new repository. Click on new name. So you can see when you copy paste, this is a special repository that you can use a readme.md file. So now click on the description. This is my special page. Make it public. Add a readme file. Create a repository. Awesome. Now you can come to my repository. Try to click on the edit button. So as you are outside of the organization, you might need to fork it first. Do the forking, copy the entire thing, then go back here, click on the edit button on your readme file, paste it over here. Either you can paste it or you can uh, unhide this particular comment. So once you unhide it, what happened is, like, now you commit the changes. A special readme has been created for you. So now when you go into the main page, you can see the special readme page has been created. Now if you want to add something additional like my code, you can just simply copy the code from my repository and paste it over here. So now you have been pasted. You can directly click on commit message. Now let's see how it looks like. Now go to the profile. You can see something like this. See, everything has been copied, but few of the things like statistics is belongs to me. So you can make some small changes and try to understand how does it works. So I'm just removing it again because I don't want that changes to be appear in the main repository. So awesome. So that's all about how to create your own special README profile. I hope you guys understood and a basic about what's happening. All right. So that's how you create your special profile, and make sure that you use that as a whatever you do in the open source, have some record and try to show off what you have done. So that's the only way that you can be best comparing to the other people in the market. Awesome. So that's the thing. If there is any issues, you can reach me out. And people who has been engaged with me today on the comment box, they will be getting a free resume review from my side. So I will be sending you a link to upload the resume. So usually I charge for resume reviews, so I will be getting you guys that done for free. So yeah, I will do the session again next time, and yeah, we'll keep iterating the issues. And by next meeting, I will make sure that I create something for you, so you have one place information on all the functionalities and all of the sample PRs or sample profiles you can refer to and make the changes. So I hope you guys enjoyed the session. We'll catch up in the next session soon. Awesome. Thank you. Thanks for joining.